What's going on YouTube? This is your man Tagatu, and I'm back with another video. I'm going to start a new series here, and we're going to be reviewing all of the games that come out, and I'm going to start with one of the first ones that we've had, Forza Motorsport 5. Now this game has gotten some of the best reviews due to graphics, gameplay, mechanics. The reviews on this game have been outstanding. I'm going to take a personal dive into the game. I'm going to talk about a little bit what you can expect when you get the game. I'm going to show you all the different options, show you the graphics, show you some gameplay. Now this is my personal take, and I will be doing a 5 out of 5 review on it. I'll be looking for the graphics, mechanics, gameplay, customization, and overall replay value. So before you buy the game, expect graphics. That's the first thing that's going to come into mind. You're going to see some amazing cars all the way back from the 1960s to the present day off the showroom floor. So let's dive right in. I'm going to show you a few of my cars. We're going to go into the menu options and then see some gameplay. Alright, the first car I'm going to show you is the 1997 Skyline GTR V-Spec. Now this is one of my favorite cars, and it was made famous in the Fast and Furious series. Now the two cars that I'm going to show you are this one and another one that I bought, as far as the design wise, off of the community design area. Obviously I don't have the graphic ability to do this design, but it is a beautiful car. The next car is the Viper SRT10 ACR. Now this one looks beautiful. As you can tell, there is a lot of area for customization when it comes to your car. So check that out for a second, and we'll go on to the next menu. Alright, the next menu option I'm going to show you is the Forza Vista. Now this option allows you to go in and take a look at the incredible detail that they put into the cars here. You can turn on the lights, you can get close-ups of the car, you can also even rev the engine up. You know, if you've never been able to get close to some of these dream cars, this is your chance to really get inside of them, which I'm about to do right here, and take a look at, you know, what you would expect if you were to purchase this car. Now, I mean, when I say the details and the graphic of this game is outstanding, I mean, they did not miss a thing. The blades on the grass, on the, you know, the fields, the leather trim inside, it's absolutely beautiful. Now, I did say something about revving the engine, so let's do this real quick. We're going to turn on the Skyline. Hear how it purrs. Alright, now that you've seen what other community members can do with the design phase of the cars, we're going to take a personal look into my atrocity that I call the HeXp Beast. This is a simple design that I made, just trying to use the colors that HeXp are made off of. Nothing fancy, just something I did on my own. Alright, now let's go into the design editor. The design editor has millions of different options. We're going to go into, I believe, some of the layers that you can do. The decals right here, just about every major manufacturer of some parts, Xbox included. You can also go into the different layers as far as the designs, the vinyls that you can put on the vehicle. They've got tons of different options, from shapes to curves to let's say flames. You know, whatever you could possibly imagine, you can do with these cars. Obviously with the flames, you saw the amount of detail that you can put in the car. Now the one thing that did strike me strange on the vinyl selection, which you're about to see in a little bit, is all of the letters that you can put on your vehicle. I don't know why they put so many different options of letters, but there you go. Lots and lots of letters. So that shows you a little bit about the customization. You can, you know, add paint and whatever else you need with the design editor. The next thing we're going to go into is the upgrade shop. Now, on customization, especially with Forza Motorsport, the customization of this game is outstanding. You can take apart every aspect, or just about every aspect of your vehicle, customize it to your needs, your wants, from the camshaft to the bore to the brake pads, how much pressure is applied. You can customize the outside, and actually some of these, as far as your customization on the outside, they are adjustable, so they will affect how your car performs, whether it be downforce, on the car or whatever else. I'm going to show you a few of the options just on this Subaru. Now, some of the car manufacturers will have more options than this. This is just what was available for this specific. Alright, next we're going to go into the tune setup. From here, you can adjust the tire pressure on the front and rear cars, make sure if it slides or if it grips the road. You can do your gearing, change the way your gearing comes out, first, second, whatever else. Match it up to your speed and acceleration, the alignment of the cambers, the casters, anti-roll bars, springs, damping, the brakes, the differentials. And it has everything. Alright, now one of the things on the menu that still does not work is the marketplace. It's been coming soon ever since the game came out. So, good luck with that. Next thing we're going to go into is the Forza Gallery, and this is one of the options that some of the more artistic people might enjoy. You can actually take screenshots of your cars, maybe some scenery. Turn 10 obviously picks some of the best that they see from the community and puts it on their top 10 list. The community itself can also place their top 10 up, and gives you a chance to kind of show off your artistic abilities. Now the next thing that we're going to look for is the actual Forza video gallery. That was the photo gallery. This is the video gallery. This is basically some of the better races that you have out there. Obviously Turn 10 has theirs and the community has theirs. Alright, one of the next items that we're going to look at is the Forza profile. Inside the Forza profile, you can change anything from your badges, your titles, and these are items that show up right near your name. It shows that little badge and that title up underneath there. These are all things that are unlocked from whatever you do in the game. Your achievements, your affinity to different car manufacturers, your drivatar, which we'll get into that in a second. Your stats, everything from how far you've traveled, your best times on maps, anything and everything that you'd probably want to see. You don't want to see any of my stats, they suck. You can do your controller in here, audio, video, everything else. Alright, the next thing that we're going to look at is the league selection. The first thing that we're going to do is just go into one that I have not been into, because each time you go into a new league, it'll show you a video about the cars that you can run into. Let's look at one of these videos real quick.
Back when Concorde retired, it felt like the world had run out of ideas and the money needed to keep making planes faster and faster. Well, thankfully, the world's motorcar engineers are made of stronger stuff than their colleagues in aerospace. The end of Concorde seemed to signal the start of a ground-based air race, the era of the hypercar. Take Pagani. The Zonda Cinque was meant to be the last evolution of Horacio Pagani's first attempt at a supercar. It wasn't. We were still pinching ourselves to believe a man with such a ridiculous name could build such a ridiculously brilliant and beautiful car when he came up with another, the even more extraordinary Huara. And then, of course, there's the new McLaren P1, a 900 horsepower hybrid which might just turn out to be the greatest hypercar of them all. It'll be fun finding out.
Now, after the short video you see, you'll have a chance to select the cars that are in that league. Now, your custom cars can be upgraded to be in some leagues, but not all. If you take a look at the Sport Compact, you'll see some of the Sport Compacts like the Nissans and the Integras and stuff. Also, some of the muscle cars, the Camaros, the Mustangs, cars like those. And then they even have the vintage cars. the VWs and old cars, maybe old, kind of like me, old. Alright, now that we've gone through the cars, we're going to, or the leagues per se, we're going to go through the cars that you can buy. Now, when I say they have every car imaginable, I'm not going to go to say they have every single car that was ever produced, ever, but it's pretty damn close. You can choose by what type class they are, from, you know, A to Super X. You can choose by, you know, if you can afford it. You can, you know, by manufacturer, by date of manufacture. Pretty much you can filter out all the options, but they have all the main manufacturers: Audi, Integra, Nissan, Ford, Chevy, some that you probably have never heard of before: Aston Martin, Bugatti. They got the Lamborghinis, Dodge, old cars, new cars. You can change the colors. They have trucks. They have Hummers. Hell, I think they even have a Pinto in there somewhere. All right, one of the last options on the menu is the message center. This is where players can send each other messages. You'll get update messages from turn 10. The Drivatar that plays while you're not online, it'll send you messages saying, hey, I won so many matches. Here's how much experience, how much money, you know, I've won for you. So you do have a wide range of messages. Your rivals, if you have a rival in the game, you guys can send each other messages. Or the system can actually choose your rivals based on how close you guys compete and say, hey, these guys are, you know, close to your league. Why don't you challenge them? With that being said, we're going to go into the rivals section of the menu. A little short audio clip for you to listen to, and then I'll explain in detail.
Rival Channels is your home for hot lapping. You can enter weekly and monthly challenges to improve your lap times and stake your claim at the top of the leaderboard.
Now, the Rivals is a very interesting part of this game, to where when you are in a race, your rivals are actually racing with you. And if you pass them in matches, you'll actually rank up in the world. You'll also gain experience, and you'll have a chance to compete against them, as in the audio that you heard before. Alright, now we're going to go into the actual gameplay. So sit back, enjoy. We're going to listen to the woman on crack.
Now we head to the rolling hills of Northeast Georgia for an event at Road Atlanta.
Jesus, she needs to cut down on that. I just fast forward this area because there's a lot of loading when you get into each map. If you can tell from the little bit of clips that you see, the detail on the actual maps, they're amazing. Alright, now some of the tracks that you will be racing are some of the world's greatest tracks. Laguna Seca, you know, the Australians, the London tracks, you know, everywhere that you can possibly imagine. Now, throughout this entire review, I pretty much had everything good to say about this game, but here's where it gets a little bit complicated. The mechanics of the actual racing aren't the best in the game, or the best that I've seen in racing games. A lot of the times the cars will feel like boats. They'll be very heavy on the road. You'll really have to customize the ABS and the traction control, or you'll completely slide out of the track. The cars that race will completely turn on their brakes in every turn that's possible, going 30, 40 miles an hour. You know, it's very difficult to get around cars and to get out and race your game. Like you see here, which I'm going to show you an option that I do like, is the rewind function. Something bad happened in career. Let's go ahead and rewind that and change how we're going to race that specific thing. But the mechanics of the game, like I was saying, there's a lot of customization with this game, but no matter how much customization, the mechanics of the cars and how they race, and it's just subpar in my opinion. When you hit the grass per se, and you know, you'll be going 100 miles an hour, and as soon as you hit the grass, you'll go 40 miles an hour instantaneously. So it's almost like a sand pit. The braking, it's very fine tuning. If you put the brakes on too much, you'll be sliding out of control. And no matter how hard you put on them, it never seems enough. So then you crank it up, and then again you'll be sliding out of control. The AI is very stubborn, as you can see. He pushed me out of the into the grass, so I rewinded and returned the favor. There's not a lot that I have to say bad about this game, but the mechanics really irked me. The entire way these cars race. Now, you may find that it suits you very well, but from all the racing games that I've played before, this one is probably one of the worst ones as far as the mechanics go. But overall, this game is probably one that you'll want to rent. I wouldn't say that you want to own it or buy it. This is actually a GameFly game. Not promoting them, but you know, I do rent a lot of games before I buy them, and this is one of the games that I will not buy. Out of total, this game probably got a 3.5 to 5 star, which I'll show all the items in the back. If you see at the top near the rearview mirror, I did beat my rival, and it'll also show me the closest rival. Alright, one of the options on the gameplay is the use of the Kinect. I have not used this because, as most of you know, the Kinect is an aggravating piece of tool whenever you say Xbox. So I've never used that, but you do have your options as your HUD and, you know, your usual options, audio, video, stuff like that. Alright guys, now here comes the final review. The game, I think, is one of the better racing games that I've played. Now, I do have a certain leaning towards some of the other racing games that are out there. Forza has been, in the past, one of the top contenders. But for this game, I feel they might have rushed it a little bit. Now, first thing we're going to look at, the graphics. There's no doubt about it. It's a 5 out of 5. These graphics are amazing. There's no question about it. Gameplay, I'm going to give a 4 out of 5. If it weren't for the mechanics of the racing, that would again be a 5 out of 5. But the option for the drivatars, the rivals, they do a lot of different things to keep you occupied in your gameplay. You know, the career, the multiplayer, the messaging, all the different customizations. So the gameplay is on par. The customization of this game, I give it a 5 out of 5. There's hardly anything you cannot do with your car, whether it be from paint to how you build it to how it operates. Customization is a awesome addition to this game. The mechanics. I think they should have spent a little bit more time on the mechanics of the game. The way the cars react to how you operate it, how they feel. I know that 80% of these cars, especially the early ones, all feel the same. They feel like a big boat on the river. I know that a Honda Accord does not feel like a Skyline GTR, but in the game they basically race the same, no matter how much you customize it. So in that, I'm going to give the mechanics a 3 out of 5. It was the only thing that I thought was bad about the game, but a very important part of it. The replay value, again, the replay value is pretty high. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. With all the customization, the community aspect of it, and the different ideas that they brought to the table with the rivals and other options. I'm going to give that a 4 out of 5. So overall, I'm going to give Forza Motorsport 5 a 4 out of 5 on my scale. I believe it's a great game and offers a lot of replay value with the different customizations and the gameplay. But at the same time, I don't think it's a game that I'll sit here and play forever. It's one of those games that I'll play for a month or two, maybe 3 months at max if you're, really into them. But I find with all the one titles coming out, it's not going to hold its water to, say, the Need for Speed series or any other racing titles, along with, Titanfall or any of the major titles coming out. I just don't think it's there. Alright guys, as I said before, this is my first game review, and I plan on having one out for all the new titles for the Xbox One. If you like what I've done here, please respond to the video, reply, like, dislike. All opinions are definitely wanted and needed. As more titles come out and as I catch up to the current titles, I'm going to be putting out more videos. So, if you like it, let me know. If you don't, again, let me know. The only way I can improve on these is if you do respond and let me know how I'm doing. Forza Motorsport 5, 4 out of 5. I don't think it's a buy. I think it's a rent. And if you do it, maybe go through one of your rental things like GameFly, like I have. Alright, guys. I think that's it. This is Tagatu, and